Welcome everyone to another week of Getting Back to Work, week 17.
Seven.
Brought to you by Bert Hart and my lovely host.
Me, Mandy, and Openpath.
Oh, sponsored by Openpath. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. As always, thank you to the viewers and the people who come by and watch. We very much appreciate it. We're coming to you again with three awesome articles. And to not delay this any further, I am going to jump right in. So our first article today is called Microsoft New 6-Word Remote Work Policy is Brilliant. Here's why your company should steal it. And it is brought to us by Inc., written by Justin Barizo. I hope I didn't say your name wrong. I'm sorry. But, so here's the deal. If you haven't heard already, Microsoft recently announced new guidance for remote work, and it could change how we work for years to come. Here's the biggest change. Making work from home at least part of the time the new permanent standard. What is this standard, you might ask? Work schedule flexibility. This will give employees more freedom to choose when they work and how they work. I personally love this because it's kind of like the best of both worlds. I work for myself, so if I don't work, I don't get paid, or if something happened, or if I go into the office or whatever, I get to hang out with folks. But if I don't, then I don't. But because of this flexibility that's been implemented now, you can still receive a paycheck and you can still, work however way you feel best it is for you to work to be more productive. So that's my reason why I love this. But if you read the article, you can find a link to the full announcement. Justin focuses on a single sentence from that announcement, and it reveals, a major key to keeping employees happier and more productive. Here's that sentence. All right. Moving forward, is our goal to offer as much flexibility as possible to support individual workers' work styles while balancing business needs and ensuring we live our culture. Justin sums up this policy in just 6 words. Offer as much flexibility as possible. So let's break this down. Why flexibility is invaluable. To understand why Microsoft's new policy is so great, you have to acknowledge the fundamental truth. Your employees aren't just workers. They are individuals.
Mm-hmm. People.
Real people with different working styles, tastes, and preferences. This applies as much to the topic of remote work as to anything. But everyone is so different. How can we keep everyone happy, you might ask? There's no one there. Offer more flexibility. More flexibility. There is no one size fit all when it comes to all the different roles. Some managers might be tempted to just look at the surface and possibly judge the stay-at-home, employee as, being more or even less productive. But they should also remember that these aren't just workers. They are people. Mm-hmm. So being flexible allows you to work with everyone, everyone's circumstances and everyone's strengths and weaknesses. And that was, kind of the gist of this article. There are more little tasty nuggets, you guys should check out. You guys should totally read this article to find out, the stuff that I didn't mention. But awesome read, love it. More flexibility. I wish we had more flexibility before this happened. I don't like COVID-19, but man, we have more flexibility now and more flexibility to come in the future.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that is that.
No, yeah, no, I think that's a fantastic article. And it just kind of, again, it highlights what we all need right now. But I think what we've always really needed, because we are people, we all have different things going on in our lives. And, you know, there's a lot. I'm fortunate enough in that, you know, I could technically work without flexibility. But for, you know, I have friends and family members that are struggling to make sure their kids are getting their needs met with school and stuff like that, and helping them with that, and just so many other things going on in our lives to like have to balance work. And, you know, we all need to work to support ourselves. And now more than ever, we need that flexibility. So I think, you know, and especially since Microsoft is such a big tech giant company, such a always been kind of like that progressive company that a lot of other tech companies try to follow and suit with, you know, I think this is really great of them to kind of step up and be like, look, flexibility is important, especially now more than ever. This is what we're doing. Feel free to follow with us. But yeah, no, I love it personally. I think that's great. And yeah, no, and I'll kick things off with my article. We have another good one here. So this is from a news provider that I really love and recommend you checking out if you haven't already. You might have heard of them. Okay. This is from Vox, VOX, Vox. And it's titled, Why the Future of Office Has Been Put on Hold. And this is by Ronnie Mala. And it's a really great piece on, as you would guess, why we're not exactly getting back to the office as fast as we all anticipated. And I love how it starts by saying, so far, the office of the future looks a lot like the office you left 7 months ago, though you probably haven't seen it. And that's, you know, because, you know, as of mid-October, less than 15% of workers in at least New York City, only 15% of workers in New York City are actually back in the office. You know, and you know, as most of us know, New York City is the largest office market in the United States. So as you can imagine, outside of New York City, you know, and all of our other big cities nationwide, office building occupancy rates are only hovering around like 25% on average, which it's crazy. You know, while many of the other countries' workers remain stuck in this kind of weird limbo world that we're all in. And this is because realistically, it's not yet safe to return to full capacity. And it's, you know, not exactly clear if offices operating at partial capacity, you know, is actually even a better solution than people working from home. No one really knows just yet. And a lot of companies are recognizing this. You know, last week, again, Microsoft and Facebook, you know, they announced that they are offering employees the opportunity to work remotely forever. And meanwhile, even less digitally savvy companies are weighing the future of their real estate and the location of their workers and trying to see like what's worth it right now. You know, if workers are not comfortable coming back, where should we be putting our money? Like, what should we be applying it to? Absolutely. You know, and like the entire landscape of office work has shifted too, but you know, the physical workspaces themselves have yet to change much, and this is part of the problem. You know, like open floor plans are still, you know, they still pretty much dominate the office space, and you know, those germ killing robots are still mostly the stuff of, you know, that we had imagined. They're still stuff of science reporters' dreams here. Instead, employers are goading workers back into offices by, you know, trying to offer minor precautions to make their offices safer or give the appearance of safety. But, you know, most have put off major expensive alterations to their office space until there's more certainty about a coronavirus vaccine, you know, and in turn, more certainty about the future of the office. And, you know, those who have returned to their offices have only been able to do so because so many others haven't. You know, most businesses are adopting that hybrid work model like we've been talking about, which lets people work at home and in the office, you know, whichever they kind of choose. And since the majority of people are choosing to work from home most of the time, that frees up space in offices for, those who actually want or need to come in and to have, that adequate social distancing that we need. And in a way, this hybrid model, pretty much represents the situation overall. Offices and office workers are in a holding pattern here. It's we're not ready to commit to working from home or the office. And the future of the office, if it's going to be substantially different, has yet to be realized for many reasons that actually have nothing to do with the office itself. Like the article says that, there's other issues at stake here, like transportation, childcare, trust in our coworkers and society as a whole. These are all things that are kind of informing employees' decisions on not going back to work just yet, or physically back to work just yet. And then in the meantime, employers, are still doing what they can, of course. They're all trying here, without expending excessive amounts of cash, in this recession that we're also in. And they're trying to make the space feel safer for their workers. So they're doing their best. And if you happen to be one of the few that are actually returning to the office, here's what you could expect here, because the article kind of gives us a bit of a sad glimpse of the office space, but here you go. Here's what we're looking at right now. Office spaces, as some of us already know, they largely look the same from 7 months ago. A lot of us, when we pictured this post-pandemic office, we pictured it with touchless entry, which our space is definitely beginning to implement and introduce to buildings now more than ever. But even with that in mind, the things we pictured, like completely remodeled office spaces and those, I guess, state-of-the-art filtration systems and those germ-killing robots, they're not happening anytime soon. And instead, the reality is fairly mundane, and it's mainly because companies are still trying to answer that question of whether they really need to spend money right now on such advanced pieces of technology when people don't feel safe or comfortable coming back to the office. They're trying to weigh what really makes sense here. And then for those who have actually implemented some things, they've kind of, again, foregone major construction in exchange for simpler, less expensive, and more temporary fixes that capitalize on the fact that fewer people are coming in. So instead of building more walled-in private offices, for example, desks have been taped off or chairs removed in order to ensure at least 6 feet of space between employees. Common areas are off limits, and those communal or bulk bins that are usually full of snacks have kind of gone by the wayside, which is really sad. And most offices don't have those sophisticated hospital grade HVAC systems that can handle filtering viruses out of the air. Though there are companies with some wealthier landlords that are definitely looking into this. Hopefully your company's one of them. Rather than completely overhauling air conditioning systems, building managers are instead opting to upgrade their filters and change them more regularly. And many have also placed smaller air filtration devices around the office. And, of course, there's plexiglass dividers. Those have popped up to create physical divisions between workspaces and colleagues, though it's not clear how effective these shields actually are just yet. And sadly, many of these post-coronavirus measures kind of more so amount more to like hygiene theater versus actually being like effective in keeping employees safe. So the article, then goes into talking about how moving into offices now is more complicated than ever, naturally. And that because of this, the office market and commercial real estate markets are also still, stuck in that bind themselves, that kind of limbo that we're all in. But yeah, there's still a lot of companies trying to do their best to bring employees back to the office safely. But it just kind of dives more into that. It's a bit of an extended article with this one, and I kind of don't want to take too much time up here. I instead urge you to give it a read because it's pretty informative and insightful on the office, you know, and the future of office spaces and all the things we need to really think about and consider in order to actually bring everyone back safely, like really safely. So, yeah.
Oh, I have to say, Manny, you said something that just brought tears to my eyes, you know, and I cried on the inside. Man, coming back to this new office, well, the same office, and not having my snacks. Come on. No. That's like one of the best perks to me.
No. Snacks, man, the snacks. What are we going to do?
Where are my snacks? Where is my bagels?
Oh, I have to buy my own snacks. Are you kidding me? It's rough.
And I can only imagine, you know, that big giant plexiglass shield that's dividing my cubicle. You know, if it was me, there's gonna be fingerprints all over that thing, you know. But big props to the people who professionally clean, you know, plexiglass, because man,
for real,
business should be booming now, you know.
Yeah, and then and that's kind of like, I don't know, to me that just is like such a depressing environment right now that, you know, as much as I would love to be in an office environment again, like here and there, like the plexiglass and all of this taped off stuff, it's just kind of depressing. Like I hope people that are going back, they have more options and they have more flexibility, like Microsoft is trying to offer.
I was just about to say, it's like, you know, the new office, the construction zone, you know, basically.
Yeah,
everything is all taped off.
Yeah, construction zone.
But anyways, Manny, awesome article. And I guess it is my turn now to come with the very last article of the day. No, not the last one.
Oh.
I know. So this article is titled Forrester, AI and automation will help organizations rethink the future of work. And this is from Tech Republic, written by Esther Sheen. I hope I didn't say your name wrong. I enjoy reading this article. It made me think a little bit more about automation and artificial intelligence. And I don't necessarily think about that at all. I mean, outside of, you know, the Sci-Fi Channel and, you know, certain movies that I watch. As we all know, or might know by now, you know, because of COVID-19, work will be different for the foreseeable future. Thanks to the 2 A's though, automation and artificial intelligence, AI, expect to see, you know, a significant growth and changes in 2021. 2021, can't wait. So the great lockdown of 2020 will make the drive for automation in 2021 both inevitable and irreversible, according to Forrester's prediction 2021. The author writes that even though AI didn't predict the pandemic, it will help businesses rethink the future of work, drive more efficiency, elasticity, and scale operations, and reimagine customer and employee experiences. According to Forrester, in 2021, the greediest of companies will push AI to new frontiers, such as holographic meetings for remote work and on-demand personalized manufacturing. They will gamify strategic planning, build simulations in the boardroom, and move into intelligent edge experiences. The firm also believes there are many deterrents to AI's success. And here are some of those reasons. A lack of trust, poor data quality, a lack of imagination, and last but not least, not the right power tools to scale. You know, here are some interesting predictions Forrester is making in AI and automation in 2021. just can't help it. 2021, I can't wait. Oh man, it gotta be. It has to be better than this now. So, prediction number 1: no code automated machine learning, or AutoML, will be used to implement more use cases. AutoML can directly accelerate machine learning development versus the traditional coding approach. Prediction number 2: a fifth of enterprises will expand investments in intelligent document extraction. Even before the pandemic, there was strong investment in intelligent document extraction platforms, IDEP, as firms wanted to use it to classify many types of documents. Prediction number 3: a notable failure will occur as a result of the rush in automation. So as we all know, when COVID popped off, everyone was all scatterbrained and all over the place trying to like implement, new systems and new, ways of working, since people are at different locations now. So the rush in haphazard automation expose systems and businesses to serious risks. This can lead to momentum failures that not only damage a company's reputation and a customer's trust, but also limit broader public trust in automation, specifically AI, as a result of media scrutiny. Well, interesting. Prediction number 3: intelligent automation suits will provide a quarter of all RPA solutions. Prediction number 5: a fifth of enterprises will use commercial drones to automate business operations. While social distance is a factor in drone usage, the two forces will accelerate adoption in 2021. Interesting. I can see this being very possible. I can only imagine seeing drones deliver my food or my Amazon packages. I really need to sharpen up on my drone driving experience. I don't know about you, Manny, but I definitely got a drone in the closet right now, so I'm ready for 2021. I'm ready. Okay, so my last prediction, for today: intelligent automation will advance to support 1 in 4 home workers. 3 times as many information workers will work from home almost most of the time, while many companies will institute hybrid models as a result of the pandemic. New forms of automation will support 1 in 4 remote workers, either directly or indirectly in 2022. Again, there are more flexibility, meaning there has to be more automation, meaning next to everyone is going to be touched by this. And that brings me to the end of the article for today.
Oh man,
at the bottom line.
It shook me up a little bit with that that fear of automation, and there being a big shakeup there. Hopefully nothing too serious, and hopefully we'll be able to catch it now that we're all kind of like thinking about it. Like, of course, with having to do all this rapid production and trying to figure out a solution so quickly, we have to think about the what ifs.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
So
everyone's moving so fast, someone's gonna forget to push that button, so the robots won't take over the world in the future.
Yeah,
we missed because we rushed this period.
Completely forgot.
Program to keep robots from taking over.
Cute. Did I forget to press that button?
Oh well.
Yeah. All right. I guess we're done here. There's my dog. But I guess we're done. Week 17 of GBTW. Thank you again to Openpath and to all our viewers. We love you. We appreciate you. Hope you have a fantastic weekend, a fantastic Halloween weekend as well, and a safe one. And we hope to see you back next week as well.
Yes, awesome. If you have any comments, please leave them below and subscribe. Subscribe. see if you want to see more of us, if you guys like to cover certain topics, let us know.
Let us know. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you. Have a good one.